Less work can get done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it'll be on one. I took a couple pictures, but it's not.
Because now I got these buttons stinking room.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of pretty cool. I don't think it. And you obviously, you're the authority here, so I'm literally just, I'm gonna do a day parade through the state of affairs that I did last night.
My hair downstairs.
You did, I was witness.
Was it good?
Luckily, when
He had quite a bit of nibble. I felt bad because Kyle sat back there for the projector.
We're gonna have this
He had,
bait.
and Kyle had a lot to do while he's sitting in.
freelance loan or.
You have to give stuff away early in order to match him.
Yeah, okay.
They say this
What? I don't know, that might have been their second choice. But the first was my first.
So how many of you are on the Kickstarter for Zombicide Black Plague? Why aren't you?
Wait, first time this weekend. So.
Okay. So let's see if I can sell you on it.
I think you're in.
Your
And then-
smartphone, you can kickstart it right now.
Get those stretch goals.
You may not be lucky enough to be an early bird like some of us.
Some of you haven't been confirmed yet, the early bird, so there's
Yeah,
still
still processing.
Still
Still
processing.
Yeah.
It's
Hey.
still loading, but I have my hopes up.
Hey,
Yeah.
when I hit it, there was one person, it took 9 minutes, and I was number 672 or something.
The thing is, I launched the Kickstarter and I couldn't post on it until 20 minutes later because my backing wouldn't register.
I take great pride that we broke the internet.
Yeah, it's something. It's an accomplishment.
Well, you know, you ought to take more into accomplishment. Do you know how many games have canceled? And there are comments in their comment section about a certain Kickstarter running right now. They'll be back in 3 weeks.
Yeah, Kickstarter is down. The case of the Black Plague. Anyway, so why Black Plague? Why do this now with Zombicide? It's been doing so well so far with season 1, season 2, season 3, all modern setting. Everybody loves it. It's getting bigger all the time. But we need a change of pace from time to time. You know, we can't just keep doing the same thing, just adding more stuff. It's cool and all, but it's a very strong property. It's a very cool, fun game. So we thought this was an opportunity after season 3. Kind of, we finished one trilogy of seasons, so that was a good time to just let's try something different with this setting. It's the same game everybody loves, but how can we play around with it? And putting it in a new setting was a very quick and easy way for us to just rethink the whole thing. It's a what if the zombie apocalypse happened during the Dark Ages? Not because of an infection, but because the necromancers are using their dark magic to bring this power, bring these people to their aid and wreak havoc on the villages and all that. So that was a very interesting take for us. A way to provide a new experience to players, some different dynamics. It's even just the fact that you're walking around with a sword and casting spells and walking around a small medieval village, this already changes how you perceive the game. And we thought this would also be a kind of a clean slate for new people to get into Zombicide, because some people just they don't care about it. They don't care about the modern setting, and fantasy is something that appeals to a lot of people. So if we cross the popularity of zombies and fantasy, I think it's safe to say it kind of worked out. People seem to like it. So we wanted to kind of it's a fresh start. We could revamp the rules, just bring in one thing that everybody house rules Zombicide. Everybody comes up with their own twist to it, and we can't really change Zombicide. Zombicide is Zombicide. The seasons, that's the game. But when we're doing like a side project like Black Plague is, it's a chance for us. Let's take some of the feedback from people. Let's see what people enjoy, what they critique more. Like the targeting priority order that people seem to have. Some people have an issue with, where you're shooting your friends and you have no chance of not hitting them. And then we thought about, well, it's medieval times. Everybody has a sword. Everybody knows how to fire a bow. You're constantly at war. It's rough times. Oh, this is not businessmen and waitresses and all that. These people can wield a weapon. So let's change that rule. Let's adapt it. Let's make it a bit more what people might expect as an option to classic Zombicide. So one of the big changes was, well, the new medieval setting. Which is not just a cosmetic thing, but it also changes how the board works, because it's not a big city with wide avenues and like with big zones where you can see people from afar. It's a medieval town with winding streets, and we also came up with this very interesting mechanic with the vaults. You can find a hidden door and you go down in the vault and you find something there, and you can automatically come out on the other side of the map, something to just add a new twist to the game. Of course, with the medieval setting, we had to have new heroes, and I think at the beginning it was supposed to be just like this a medieval Zombicide. And I thought, well, Zombicide is not really realistic. It's zombies, so we can go fantasy with this. We can have elves, we can have dwarves, we can have other species, we can have all kinds of fantasy, weird, magical stuff. So that is something that we're slowly going in taking that road. It's not, we don't want to kind of create something that's too alien to Zombicide. It's not suddenly everybody's a different species and comes from another dimension, but we're evolving the property as we go along. This was a stroke of genius. This is something that when we were discussing, yeah.
Sorry. I was having lunch.
So this is his only contribution to Zombicide Black Plague.
Oh yes, a fantastic plastic dashboard.
Yeah. That was something.
You brought it? No.
It's there. That's it. People are playing with it right now.
Yeah, they're using them as they play the game.
Yeah, I think they would fight us for it. So let's let them have it. Yeah, this was like everybody has an issue with the paper dashboard. It's things move around. You're trying to move the little arrow over there, and your cars are one on top of the others. And because the medieval setting, it kind of automatically makes us think of RPGs and your inventory, what my hand slot, my backpack, my armor. We automatically kind of drifted towards that. Let's make something that really solidifies this into an easy to use, cool thing that this is my guy, this is my stuff. And I think it came out really well.
Yeah, we are using a new production, so it will be printed. This is not a sticker. This won't be a sticker. It will be printed, and it's a new. In the past, that was called like tempo print, but they were little print on, especially on tanks, you know, model kit, these kind of things. And now they are in China. I don't know. They are really good in certain things. They are able to print completely, and so. And it won't scratch, and it's.
I tried really hard. I took this arrow and I went back and forth trying to. Nothing happened. Okay, fine. That's good. And after it kind of clicks from number to number.
So that's
and this thing went to several design stages. We made a prototype, played with it, and I was quite make this bigger, make this way or that way. Initially, it didn't. The slots were the side of the cards, and then we said, well. I know many people use sleeves for Zombicide because it's a lot of equipment cards, so let's make it support sleeves. And so all the equipment cards, they can fit sleeves. And
to answer a question that will arrive, if you're asking me if these will also in the classic Zombicide or the Zombicide, the answer is not now, but it will sooner or later.
Yeah, we can't just ignore this.
And it will be in a way that it will not hurt too much the wallet, in a sense that we will think something that is affordable, and especially that we give a deck of cards for all the survivors.
Yeah. You will have everything to.
Yeah, you will have everything. So we will do something. Not now because
the thing right now we could do half measures. You know, you can kind of use it. You have a slot there, but you don't really need it. You have wound things that are not part of the rules. So you can do that yourself. You can use this for classic Zombicide and you just adapt it and that's fine. If we make a product for classic Zombicide, it's going to be the right product for classic Zombicide.
And we will, but not now.
Yeah. And also, I just want to put one little detail that our graphic designer actually proposed with the card slots here, because there used to be just one slot where you had a little tip for your finger when you pick it out, and then he just did this ramp to the side here, which you just slide it off, and because you're always changing what's in your hand, so this really really works very well because it won't fall off, and you just I've changed my stuff. And of course, Black Plague, new equipment, new rules. Armor is a big change in the game. You're actually having armor rolls to defend from attacks. And you can have potentially one guy just stand there in front of a bunch of zombies, and if he rolls well enough, he just soaks it all up. If he has armor, if he has just some skills that grant him better armor rolls, and a shield as well, which grants some re-rolls if he has armor. So it gives you that awesome I'm a tank thing with armor. Or if you go the wizard route, you have attack spells and you have enchantments. Enchantments, they're kind of like the skills from classic Zombicide, but it's an interesting thing because it's a skill you can kind of throw around and you can move around, and so beyond your natural skills, you will also get skills from cards and just doing weird, wild stuff with enchantment. Like healing is a thing that was not very common in classic Zombicide, and now finally you have an option to do that. Also have the new version of the Molotov. Yeah, the Dragon Bile with the torch. It's a similar mechanic, but it plays very differently because you don't just make the Molotov and throw it and everybody dies. You have to set a trap. You throw the Dragon Bile, you make a pool of it, you attract the zombies to it, and just throw a torch and they just burn to a crisp. It can kind of create more team play because one person can throw the bile on the floor and then someone else comes from somewhere else and throws the torch, and you have to time it correctly and all that. So it creates a very good group dynamic. New zombies. Lots and lots of zombies. Yeah. The main thing with the zombies in Black Plague is the Necromancer with it, because he plays completely different from any other zombie. For one, he does not care about killing survivors. He will kill you if he's on your zone, but what he wants is just want to spread chaos, just want to raise more of the undead. So when he comes up, he'll try to just run away, and you need to stop him because when he comes up, he brings more and more zombies with him. They're going to spawn more. If you kill him, then you get to reduce the zombie spawning rate. If you allow him to escape, you're going to deal with more zombies. And if several of them escape, then the game is just over. That's it. You need to be mindful. And we might have some interesting twists with him later on. Maybe. And we have an expansion for Black Plague, Wolfsburg, which brings wolves, of course, which are vicious things. They just chase you around. Have 3 actions per activation. Just when you're down, if you know the zombie dogs from classic Zombicide, same thing with the wolves. And we also have the wolf abomination, which is basically that, but as an abomination, which is just scares me to hell, because 3 actions and you won't be able to kill it in time. You just have to be prepared for that and just run away. And towers, which kind of will help you run away a little bit because it's a whole tile that is off reach of zombies for a while because they can't climb around it and get to you. But while you're there, you can fire at them. You can even fire over buildings. You have a good vantage point to all the city around you if you have enough range. This is something that was very special, especially with Black Plague.
Yeah, this is something that we started. I think it was the second campaign of
Yes,
Zombicide.
season 2 we started. With just 3.
Yeah, with Kevin Walker, Carl Kopinski, and Adrian Smith. The point is we at Guillotine Games we really come from the miniature world, and we all started with Games Workshop. 2 of us are also ex-GW employees. Many of them, including me, were at Rackham, and so if you read the names of the guests, you see a pattern. That is Paul Bonner, Carl Cristo, Adrian. They are all GW. Paolo is my good friend, Italian like me, so of course we are in content. GP is a little bit different this time because he's a comic illustrator and author, very known in Europe. He's considered today the best comic artist in Europe. We are good friends, so I asked him to do something different. Last year we did a special guest with Kovalic, the Dark Tower figure. So this is a kind of liberty that we can get and do what we like and what we want.
And it also brings a different vision into the game, because we have our vision of what Zombicide is. And when we get these artists to come in and just create what they want, they bring in stuff we wouldn't even have thought about, like just like a weird ogre monster with
that's
colorful.
Paul Bonner. If you ask
No, but
Paul Bonner,
I wouldn't do that.
and he's
And-
not
and-
doing an
and he
ogre,
does
he's
that.
not Paul Bonner. So Paul Bonner, you give it something, he's making an ogre.
Yeah,
It
all
reminds
until
me-
you know what you're getting.
Yeah, and it's also a way to pitch some games, because Hate is a game that Guillotine Games will produce. Brutal is a car game that eventually we will release in the future. Bon Anastyr is an IP that Paolo created some years ago. I don't know where it is. Fra the Barbarian, again, who has played Games Workshop in the Golden Age, knows exactly who is Fra the Barbarian, and I wanted really desperately this box.
And we have one guest artist box from a very well-known fantasy artist. And when he told me about it, my jaw just dropped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I was, really? Like,
yeah, I got
him?
it. I got it.
All right, all right.
In New Zealand, I got it.
So it should be coming in the next weeks. You should see that.
Oh yeah, Kickstarter lineup. The question that everybody is making right now is what's next? More monsters, more content to the game, stop with the survivor, stop with this, stop with that. Everybody has an idea. In Brazil, like in Italy, we say that everybody is the national trainer of the soccer team, because everybody has an idea, and the same is with game, because everybody is throwing ideas.
Everybody's a designer.
But Kickstarter, unfortunately, or fortunately, is not a perfect science. So when you put a game in a Kickstarter, there are some, I think that's our opinion, in games there is one golden rule. And the golden rule is not to overcomplicate the game, giving exclusive content that is untested. So we see many backers complaining in the forum, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? And certain ideas are even interesting, and some, in the course of the years, we have even taken some of the ideas. But the point is, you can't adjust in 1 week and just put an additional content if you don't know what will be the impact on the game. And the second point is that we believe, I hope we're right, but we believe that one of the reasons of Zombicide is that a plug-and-play game. It's not really overcomplicated. So you can explain in 5 minutes, you play it, and you play with family, kids, wives. It's a very simple game. And if we start, and of course many backers are heavy core gamers and they want to have a deeper experience in Zombicide. But the point is, if we give all this additional content, this will harm the reach that we have today with the game. So at the end, we always say, so take the box of Zombicide as a sandbox. Do what you want. We give you our set of rules, but if you want to have your house rule, do it. There is no issue. It's not a game that you play in tournament. It's not Magic. It's not Games Workshop. It's just a game that you play with your friends. You want to change a rule, do it. I'm very happy if you have fun. I'm not here to tell you you have to play this way because this way is right. So what do you expect in the next 2 weeks? There will be additional monster, yes. There will be different
survivors, yes.
different survivors, yeah. There will be different type of enemies. Yes, I believe so. It depends on a certain aspect that will be tested very soon by my colleagues and friends. But there will be more survivors. And why survivors? First of all, they are nice miniatures, and we love miniatures. And the second point is the easiest thing and the least risky thing that we can give you. and it's giving variety at the end, because you can mix the different skills and you have a different experience. So
And it doesn't increase the complexity of the game. You know, you're not having to learn any new rules, not having to track anything else. It's the same game, but with more variety, more cool stuff. So,
and also, if you don't get, this is a stretch goal. Yes, I don't have the glasses. Yeah, this is a stretch. Okay, you get it all is exclusive. Yes, it is. And you get it only if you buy the pledge in the Kickstarter or if you attend one event of community. Sure. But if you don't want to go to any event, if you don't want to buy in Kickstarter, probably you won't get this miniature unless you go to eBay. But I suggest not to go to eBay. Is it changing your experience of the game? No, it is not. It's just plastic. We give you on the internet site, you download the character sheet, the character sheet, and that's it. So we are not destroying the game experience. Imagine we are giving an exclusive group of zombies that are, I don't know what, making 4 wounds if they hit you. This is a change, we will never do that. But this is changing the game. This is additional content. We can't make these kind of things exclusive. Could we make a monster exclusive? Yes, if it's not, if it's something special.
yeah.
Very special, very different, maybe a crossover with another IP. And I say something here now. But what I want to say is that we read all the comments, and we know that there are some comments that are legit. There are many survivors. There are more survivors than zombies. But at the end, is also if there is an apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, I think there will be some survivors.
There are more zombies than survivors.
Yes,
in terms of quantity.
In terms of quantity. So it's not easy to make everybody happy. And we try to diversify, but we have to keep the balance.
Yeah, and one thing is, we do listen to the comments, and those comments do affect the product in as big a way as we feel it's possible to do that. So it's not like we are, okay, you can ask away, we won't do that. We will take it into account. We will, okay, people seem to be favoring this or that. Maybe we can do something now, maybe we can do something about it later, but we listen to where the wind is blowing, of course. We know, we won't just do what we're doing and that's it.
If you look today, the average pledge for Black Plague is around 164 US, 164, something like this. For season 3, we had an average place of 250. Now, it's less, yes, it is less, but it is something that we wanted to do. We are giving special guests that are going to retail for free during the campaign. These boxes will be sold at $25 US. So technically, we are giving you $25. Of course, you can buy with discount, whatever. Let's say $15, $18 of additional content. That will be on retail. It's not exclusive, but we will give it to you for free. So we are trying to have a major reach, to get more people, and to downsize a little bit the cost of the whole campaign, giving you more material.
We would rather have more backers than more money per person. You know, that's
yeah. What's important is the number of backers.
Yeah.
And
yeah, the fact that we already crossed the number of backers from season 3 is all that really matters. Whether we are at 2 million or 2,500,000.
I prefer 3,500.
Okay, 2 million. I don't get a cut, so I don't care.
Another point that very often I read I read all the forum. I don't know why I do that, probably, but I do. And there are many gamers that think that the way we operate in Kickstarter is affecting the local shop. And I can't disclose the whole figures of what we sold at Zombicide, but I can tell you easily that what we're selling to stores, to our publisher abroad, and to distributor is really many times more of what we sell in the Kickstarter. Because if a Kickstarter is successful, it means that it will sell at shops. And we see that, because if you look, we had 18 campaigns of Kickstarter at Cool Me or Not. The Kickstarter that made less, and we have some, they didn't perform very well at shops too. So that's a sign. So yes, maybe we are taking some sales from shop and distributor. Maybe yes, but the kind of marketing that they're getting from what we are doing in Kickstarter is huge. And at the end, if you make some calculation and you put all the free goodies that we are giving, other stuff, the production value, at the end, the profits that the end company, that in this case is Kumi or not, is making, is very similar to what would be the profit from distribution. So Kickstarter is an important marketing tool. The fact that we made 1.2 million the first day of Black Plague, I don't know. We made more than 1 million the first day.
If you take the 24 hours, yes.
24 hours, yeah. So we made more than 1 million in 24 hours. This is a story. This is a story that went in the forum, so it's promotion, it's marketing, and you take attention of people that normally don't even know that something like this exists. So I think that these shops and they shouldn't be that worried about Kickstarter. Kickstarter is a new way of buying games and many other things, and it's evolution. Maybe it will stabilize sooner or later, but it's a part of the business now. So that's our opinion, at least. What else? If you have any question, anything related to Zombicide, even the other seasons, yeah.
Will you be adding anything more to Wolfsburg? Because a lot of the comments on the Kickstarter is that maybe it's not worth the $50 because it's so little content.
It's worth the $50.
I think it is, but
yeah, it's our opinion. Of course, we can add. Okay, everybody's saying, oh, just add 2 tiles in Wolfsburg.
Mhm.
Okay, we can do that. And then what? I make a delay of 4 months in delivering the game because we have to create mission to use the 2 tiles. It's like, oh, I added a wonderful 20 faces dice in the game. Everybody, yeah, cool, but you don't use it. Why do you put in? So what I decided, in case I'm the responsible for the choice, because this is something we discussed, is to put more plastic dashboard. And you will say, why the hell you put so many dashboard? First point, we have 6 dashboard in the core box. There are many people who prefer, because Zombicide is a sandbox, to use more survivors. So we just said, okay, it's very expensive, the dashboard. I assure you, it's very expensive. And so we say, okay, let's put more in the booster expansion, and we give also in the hero box, there is a hero box where we put. Of course, you have to look on the retail side. Who is buying the season 1? Maybe doesn't want to buy Wolfsburg, but he wants to buy the hero box. So I have to put in the hero box some dashboard, because he wants to play the heroes. And maybe he's not buying Wolfsburg. Or another guy doesn't want to buy the hero box and he wants Wolfsburg. So at the end, we have to think what is the best thing for the game. Okay, I can put two more tiles, and then what? Then we will have a delay. Is the bloody port is going on strike? I will be
crucified.
I will be crucified, and I hate ports. Anyway, and you know, it's not easy to make everybody happy. $50 is an important amount of money. I understand that, and this is the reason why there is one stretch goal that is just for the core box. But I can tell you that in the next days, you will see that there will be stretch goals only for the people buying the core box and the expansion.
okay, that answers.
And I hope I answered your question.
You did. Very good. Thank you.
2 questions. For the new tower setup, is there a way to blockade, barricade?
We don't have blockade rules in Black Plague, but again, it's the same thing. You have those rules from classic Zombicide. They work just as well
Yeah,
there. But
we can't. This is the first box. Is the entry point of a new version of Zombicide. So we can't throw some of the rules that we developed during the second season and the first season, everything in the first season. The game is successful, so we might think that we will have a new season in the future. It it worked, so probably we can make a new box in 1 year or 2 years, I don't know, depends when we will recover after this and the production will be done. So we have to keep some ideas for the future, or, so for the barricades, there is a rule in Zombicide number 3,
The second.
the second one, I mentioned it. Again, the second one. So you might take them and apply them. But maybe we would have.
Yeah, we didn't want to clutter everything.